I bet you do, Kamira. A lot of people have made their home here at the Swain Apartments.
And this used to be a school. It was called Ernest Swain School, and it opened in the 1950s. Named after a former Chelan County teacher and principal at the time, it was a kindergarten through 6th grade school and had only Caucasian students. However, in 1954, laws were changed so that all students could go to the same schools together.
No matter what color they were?
That's right. It took a while for people to embrace this change. However, there were some African American folks in Chelan County who took a step forward to allow their children to go to schools where there were only Caucasian students. I want you to meet someone whose mother was the first African American student to attend E.A. Swain School. Come on, Miss Rountree.
Miss Rountree! Let's give it up for Miss Rountree.
Thank you. What a nice welcome.
Miss Rountree, I want you to tell this group about your mother, Gail Johnson Rountree.
Okay. Good afternoon to all of you.
Good afternoon, Miss Rountree.
It is my honor to tell you about my mother, Gail Johnson Rountree, who you have the honor to see today. She's here with us. Stand up, Mom. Her parents, my grandparents, Donald and Lula Johnson, were approached by some of the leaders and members of the Civil Rights Movement in the 1960s. They wanted to see everybody be able to attend the same schools in our county, and they felt that my mother was a bright student who could withstand the pressures of being one of the first students of color to go to E.A. Swain School. So she entered E.A. Swain as a 6th grader in August of 1963.
That's a big deal. How did it go? Did her classmates like her?
I am very sorry to say that she was not treated very well. Most people were not kind to her. Though my mother was very smart, her classmates did not like her. Though she was kind to others, most of them did not return that kindness. My mother, who was born with a club foot and was teased for having to wear orthopedic shoes.
How could people treat her like that? We have a special friend named Robbie. He has lots of health problems. He cannot even talk to us, but we love him. He goes to our cultural art classes with us.
Some people are cruel. They just look for reasons to be mean to others or to make fun of them. This is not the way people should treat each other.
We should be kind to each other. We should look for the good in each other too.
That's right. I bet if you students had been in my mother's class, you would have been kind to her.
Yes, we would. We would have helped her carry her books. We would have been her friends.
You know, my mother made it through that year at Swain School, and she finished up there, and then later went to Johnny Holmes, where she graduated, and then she went to nursing school. Well, actually, before she went to nursing school, she was an English major at Elizabeth City State, and then she became a nurse. And she's still a nurse today, where she's a traveling nurse, and she travels around all over to different states, helping the city. She was and has always been a very determined lady. Where there's a will, there's a way with her.
Hey everybody, let's sing our song. Miss Rountree here, we got a song for you. Determined, we've got to make bread.
Wow, that was very nice. Well, Mom, now you see, they really appreciate what you did for all of us. Thank you. And guys, thank you for being so attentive and have a great weekend.
Thank you, Rountree.
Well, class, it is time for us to go back to school so that you can start your weekend. You have seen and heard so many things this afternoon. We live in such a historic area. So many people around us are a part of that history. That's special. Class, please thank Miss Ryder for being our tour guide.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, let's get on the bus.
Well, like I said, I took notes of what we've learned today. Well, Della, I wasn't expecting all this today. I'm blown away. Me too. I live here and I didn't know half of the things. Miss Rountree's mother was the first African-American student to attend PA Swain Elementary School. Martin Luther King Jr. spoke at Gail Street Baptist Church. Harry and David's children were baptized in St. Paul's Episcopal Church. Jonathan Overton was an African-American soldier in the Revolutionary War. The Taylor Theater was once an opera house. African-Americans picketed in front of Taylor Theater for civil rights. John Coltrane's mother and her family were from Edenton. St. Anne's Catholic Church, my church, had a multicultural beginning. St. Paul's Church is the second oldest church building in the state. St. Anne's Church, a pre-Civil War Catholic church, is still standing. Edenton, former capital of our state. That's a big deal.
Avery, Della, are you girls coming or what?
Yes.
Before you go, let me say one more thing to you and your group. I have not been in this community for a long time. I want to remind you that the history of this area is amazing. I also want to say how glad I am to have been your tour guide because you are some very talented and kind kids. You are accepting of everyone, and you believe in doing the right things. You are teachable. You are our future. Keep treating all with kindness. Keep sharing your values with others. Keep seeing the good in others around us, no matter how different they might be.
Miss Ryder.
Yes?
What's